You know he's doing it. God is doing a new thing. You know he's doing it. God is doing a new thing. Hey everyone, it's jcontra, your boy, your man in Japan, and I am here playing Final Fight because I recently picked up Final Fight Tough, as it is known in Japan. You may know it as Final Fight 3. And I felt like I wanted to compare it to the older Final Fight games like Final Fight 1, which we are playing right here, because I don't think Final Fight Tough is that good, actually. You know, after having played it, I love Final Fight. I think Final Fight 2 is probably my favorite. But boy, Final Fight 3 is really something. It's a really weird game because it's a late Super Famicom title. It came out in 1995. The game we're playing right now came out in 1990. It still blows my mind when I think about how Final Fight was a launch window game for the Super Famicom. Like, that, I think, would have blown my mind. And I actually, maybe someone in the comments or in the chat can remind me when Streets of Rage came out. Because Streets of Rage is another game that I really enjoy playing. Some might call Streets of Rage a Final Fight knockoff, and it is, but I actually think Streets of Rage is better than Final Fight. Final Fight is still pretty good, let me tell you. I'm playing as Hagar right now because I actually first played through Final Fight as Cody, and I could not beat the game just because I think Cody just... I don't get Cody. But Hagar, I get Hagar. I understand. I like to grapple when I do beat-em-ups. And Hagar's real good with the grappling. You just gotta be careful, because enemies can grapple you too, and there are some enemies that are very good at grappling. Whoa, shit. Oh my god. Doug! Come on, Doug! Pick him up, and you just punch him. And Hollywood, he sucks. He, like, pulls out knives on you and throws them at you and tries to murder you. It's not really fair. Because he has unlimited knives. But when you pick up a knife and you throw it, you only get one. That's not fair. Get a life up, yay! Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? We're going right. Whoa! Alright, damned. Oh yeah, there's also some insane, like, localization that happened with Final Fight that we'll go into. I don't know if they kept it damned, but actually, I think I was reading on Wikipedia that poison wasn't actually in the original, in the American version of Final Fight. But here we are playing the Japanese version, which is obviously the superior version. Because Poison, I love Poison as a character. She's great. I can't believe they took her out. I mean, I can't believe because it was the 1990s. I wish you could play as Poison. My problem with Final Fight... So Final Fight also has a weird history behind it because... Well, I mean, not really history, but a story to it. Because Final Fight Tough comes out in 95. And then I want to say, like, 97? Like, sometime during the Sega Saturn era. They come out with a Final Fight game. I can't remember if they call it Final Fight 4 or if it's got some weird name to it. But it's the fourth Final Fight game. The only problem is that it comes out for the Sega Saturn, and it is just a boring fighting game. It looks like ass because they were trying to turn these characters into 3D polygonal characters, and they did not do it well. Also, it's super rare and costs like $300. But there are definitely ways you can play it where you don't have to pay you don't have to pay $300. So I have played it and it sucks, and I do not recommend it. It's like, I think it was the only way you could play as Poison before Street Fighter 4 Arcade, or whichever one she showed up in. I think my favorite part about the beat 'em up games, like, so basically, let's talk about Final Fight and Streets of Rage in the same breath, because they are basically the same game. They happen in these, like, blown out versions of New York City where crime is paramount. Like, crime is just so unstoppable that you have the mayor. Hagar's the mayor of the city, and he's supposed to be, like, he's taking the job into his own hands. Which, hey, look, he's a built guy. He's very strong. I do not doubt his abilities. But should the mayor be personally doing this? It's like the mayor turning into Batman. No, you get Bruce Wayne to do that. But it comes from some of the younger viewers. You might not understand, especially if you weren't born in the 90s. I was born in '89, so, like, I have full experience of the 1990s and the tail end of the 1980s. But in 1980s and early 1990s movies, which is very much a homage to. It's not really a homage to the actual state of America in 1990. It's more of an homage to all the movies that were coming out, like RoboCop and so on. I actually forget other specifics right now, but let's just talk about RoboCop. People, mostly white people. Oh, Back to the Future 2. That's a good example. Like Biff's, like when Biff's timeline, that I think was an image of what white people in the 1980s thought what the 1990s was going to be like. Everyone was afraid of super predators and of, like, super criminals. Like, we thought that, like, kids, mostly non-white kids, were being trained by violent media and just by, like, life in general, and would create super gangs that were just going to kill bunches of people and be unstoppable, and then the police couldn't even take care of them. That's why you had a tough on crime 90s, where you had all of these laws meant to curb crime. That's why you had mandatory minimums, 3 strikes, rules. Lots of people got sent to jail. That, I don't know, it was just really complicated time. And one of the cultural results of that fear was games like Final Fight. It was games like Streets of Rage, where it was the police weren't going to help you, or you needed, like, super police in order to handle all of these criminal elements. And I have seen pictures of the New York subway in, like, the 1980s. Apparently it was, like, I mean, I don't think windows were broken on the subway, but there was definitely a lot of graffiti. But fast forward 30 years, fast forward to today, I was in New York over the New Year. New York's great. Like, it's really safe. I mean, it's got problems, but you don't have graffiti everywhere. You don't have criminals everywhere. Everything turned out fine. What? What was that? His knife, like, parried my knife? And, like, his still went through? Final Fight 1's actually kind of hard. I've never actually beaten Final Fight. Not fully. I don't know if I got into the final boss yet, but I did pretty well as Hagar last time I played. But then you gotta account for stream jitters. That's something that I've had to, I think, deal with since I started streaming. How long have I been streaming? I mean, I've been doing Let's Plays forever now. But streaming's a whole different ballgame, because you gotta, like, when you're streaming a new game that's fresh, you can just let the game do all the talking for you. It's all about the game. But when you gotta stream yourself, when you gotta stream old games, you gotta make it interesting. And I don't know if talking about old games in a metaphysical sense is very interesting. But it's what I want to talk about, so you're just gonna have to deal with it. Oh, BTW, the reason that they call Andre Andore is because Andore is how a Japanese person would say Andre if they were using katakana to pronounce the name. And I think they just kept that in the American version because they didn't want to piss off Andre the Giant. Who I don't know if I don't know when Andre the Giant died, so I don't know if he was alive at this point. I know he died kind of young. But wasn't he in Robin Hood Men in Tights? So he may have been alive at this point in the year 1990. I'm not sure. And this would have come out what, 1991, 1992 in America. Let's do more grappling. I've been doing too many punches. The problem is punches are easy. Punches are easy to do, and especially when you're unfocused like I am. It's easy to do punches. Keeps people at a distance, you don't have to be afraid. But Hagar's strength, his true power, lies... Whoa, my god. Oh, god damn it, I hate that. I hate it when you're down on your last little bit of life. You've got a pizza, you can get that full recovery. But then just someone right out of nowhere comes at you. And the trick with Andore is that he also grapples. He loves to grapple, and his punches are short. So it probably is actually better to do long-range punches against Andore instead of grappling with him, because his grapples, he like does this, he like squeezes your face off and will take off like half of your life. It really hurts. Like both personally and physically. It just really hurts when he squeezes your face. I also don't like the desperation attacks. See, I'm gonna do desperation attacks. When you do desperation attacks, whenever it connects with an enemy, you deal damage to yourself. Obviously, when you don't hit anybody, you're fine. Like if you miss. Yeah, like that. But when it does hit somebody, you're just playing yourself. Oh, that must have been why. Okay. I thought that Hollywood's or Elgato's knife blocked my knife and went through my knife, and his knife hit me. Not the case. It just hit the barrel. And obviously, I guess a barrel is pretty tough against knives, I guess. I hope my my volume's okay. I think SNES games tend to be a bit louder and a bit noisier than Famicom games. I will stream more Famicom games eventually. It's just I felt like playing the Super Famicom recently. Oh, we got 2 Andores now. Great. Just the one? There we go. Yeah, Hagar's when you pick him up, it's just pop, 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 pop. That's when you do massive damage. Oh yeah, what also kills me is when the barrels are like on the edge of the stage and you've got more like enemies to fight. Oh, that's right. Oh, this is where we have to face. This guy's like probably the hardest boss. Level 2. He's very tricky. You can't just go up and punch him. That's not gonna work. But I will tell you, I will show you the method to succeed. Well, I don't know if it's the method to succeed, but it kind of works for me. It still leaves me to die a lot. It's insane going from the NES to the Super NES. Because the sprites here are just so big. So here we're going to play Sodom. I can't remember what his name is. I can't remember what his name is in the English. See, this guy fucking wrecks your shit. Whoa! Not gonna pick me up there, buddy? There we go. See, Sodom, when you try and punch him outright, he has some kind of like defensiveness to him. But when you grapple him, that's when he like gets wrecked. Like I remember when I first played as Cody against Sodom, I was just trying to punch him because I was just used to like, you know, I thought he was like a regular enemy. No. He will destroy you. And he destroyed me. Let's see, can I do this faster? I think when you're Hagar, I think it's faster if you pick up the pipe. Nope, not there, not there. Ooh, it's almost like it's 3D. Little engine parts coming out of there. Oh my god. Oh, I want that on a soundboard so bad. Oh my god. Also, shout out to the music. The music on this is really good. I think that's one of the reasons I don't like Final Fight 3 so much. Is just because the music is, I think with Final Fight 3, I think the fact is they just probably had a smaller budget. Music isn't as varied, it's not as cool, but and plus, this was originally an arcade game. Whereas Final Fight 2 and 3 were, I think, originally developed for the Super Famicom. Now, a surefire way of killing Andore is as Hagar is doing his little side kick, or his in-the-air side kick. I don't know what the technical term is for that. That actually works for most guys. The only problem is it doesn't do much damage. It's just good for knocking them down. It's good for crowd control, but not for dealing out massive damage. My best move, honestly, is picking them up and just punching them, just wailing on them. That seems to work for me. Like, his normal grapple is fine. You gotta pick him up. Yeah, look at that shit. They just cannot handle it. They just get wrecked. The only problem, I think, yeah, I guess it does a lot of damage. Then again, the problem is that you're leaving yourself open. Like, see, he gets Elgato right now, it's fine. Because there's no one around. But if I pick him up, you're immobilized. You can't do any crowd control moves. Ugh. Look at that, the pipe, massive damage. Damage, damage, damage. Okay, Elgato, you want to do this? And pipe is really good because it does a fair bit of damage. And it gives you a lot of range. It's very useful against Andore because their attacks are very short. They may have very strong hands, but they're tiny hands. Oh yeah, this is where I get wrecked. Every single time. I only make it past here every once in a while. I did find a trick with the pipe once as Cody. Which maybe we'll use next time around. You can still do it as Hagar, but it's, man, just facing their two Andores and their two super strong Andores. The other problem is that once you get past them, you then have to face the cop. The dirty cop, and boy, oh boy, does the dirty cop suck. In terms of how strong he's, like, so he's really strong, and it sucks fighting him. So like oh my god, like there's like a recovery frame almost, like when you're getting up that you can't do anything, like you've already been pushed down. Like I can't. Face hugging. When you get knocked down and then they can just hit you again and you can't do anything about it, I don't think that's very fair in a beat 'em up. I wouldn't even think it's very fair in terms of a fighting game, but whatever. People don't surround you. Man, see, even just normal Andores wreck my shit. And then the super ones. Those are the killers. Come on, come on. Yep, got a desperate attack. I try not to use the desperate attack unless I am like surrounded, which I think is what that's what it's designed for. It's like, you know, you're gonna take that damage from using the attack, but you're gonna take a lot more damage when you get wrecked by all those punches. Better a little damage than a lot of damage. Suck it, Doug. What is that even called? That back grab or whatever, where you flip them over, where you like judo toss them. That's also very good for crowd control because you're gonna get surrounded a lot. That face grab, oh my god. Body slam, like look at that, does more than half your life in damage. Oh my god. No! I lost the pipe too. I can never, like, I don't know what it is, but I can never seem to like hold on to the pipe against these Andres, man. Like, oh my god, it's just like if you get hit once, you're dead. Oh my god, that just sucks. Like I just, oh my god, that's the part where Capcom wants you to just blow your quarters away. Like it's that section. Oh my god, that just sucks. Like I've made it through a couple times, especially when I play it on pro mode. Right now I'm playing it on babies mode. The mode for babies, of course, but because I thought maybe I could beat him. I can definitely beat him on super pro mode. I thought I would spice things up, especially like Final Fight 2 and 3, no problem. It's Final Fight 1 that I have problems. And it's probably, I think it's 90% those entrees. Come on, Andre. Come on, Andre. Okay, Hollywood, let's grab you. Let's grab you. You don't like being grabbed, do you, Hollywood? No, you don't. Listen up, cat. Can we use cat to describe people anymore? I say no, it's a cool cat. I wish we could. I want to start using cat. I'm like, he's a cool cat. Hey, listen up there, pussycat. I think the problem is it makes you sound like a weird, like, 70s music producer. Makes me I think whenever I say it, it makes me sound like Italian Spider-Man. Hey, listen up here, pussycat. Hey, respect la donna. Come on. Come on. Am I not following my advice in terms of the Andres? Very possible. Oh, and then the knife. It's like, I don't have need for this knife anymore. Alright, let's try it. Ah, see, there's a way if you pick up the pipe and you stand underneath one of the lights, they just kind of come straight for you. And as long as you time your pipe right, you can just hit them and deal massive damage. Because they just kind of, yeah, there we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. Made it through. We are on the last credit, though. And we still have to fight the boss. They weren't even the boss. That's what kills me, man. Like, that should have been a boss fight. I don't know what it is, but it seems like enemies, when they're surrounding meat, they get extra feisty. I love videos coming through. I recently bought an S-Video adapter for my card. It looks like it's okay on the stream. Looks good, yeah? It's a bit dark, though. That's interesting, because it's very bright on my television. But I don't know if that's because I keep it, if I keep it bright here. I'm just hoping you can see the nice details that come over the S-Video. Okay, we gotta level up. Well, one up, I suppose. We're not leveling. Look at that, just, oh my god, this grab and punch. It's too powerful. Okay, here we go, boss time, baby. I keep moving. Ah, see his punches. Oh my god. Okay, I might be able to get past him. Come on. Oh, that's not fair. He's got a gun. Oh, look at that shit. Oh my god, Hagar is too good. He's too good. Oh. Woo. And then we have 2 lives left with which to beat the game. I think. I hope that 1 means I have 1 left, and not that this is my last one. Sometimes games do that. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, Geo River. What does that mean? Why did they call him G or River? I get Doug. Wong Hu is also a little bit weird, but whatever. But G O River, what does that mean? Come on, Bill. Come on, Bill, what you got for me? No, you got nothing. Because you're fat, but you don't have the glamour muscles that I do. Okay, we're not gonna see anybody. Alright, we'll just pick up the meat then. Didn't need it, but I appreciate it all the same. Okay, well, I punched him. Like, I feel like the punch should, like, destroy it and not hit me, but whatever, whatever. It's okay. It's okay, bread. Come on. That's not even fair. She's got quite the quick on her. Quite the kick on her. She is also very quick. Roxy. Come on, come on, come on. Oh my god. Ooh, they do. Poison does massive damage. And there it is, folks. Hagar's gone, brah. But I got first, because I'm pretty pro. JP Styles 85, what's going on, brah? Just playing some Final Fight. Look at that, crushed. Crushed the high score list. Well, let's see what Cody can do. I think there was actually, in the arcade version, there were 3 characters you could play as. You could play as Cody, Hagar, and Guy. Guy, however, is not in the Super Famicom version. They actually ended up making a whole remake of Final Fight Guy, and they called it Final Fight Guy. Apparently the American version is really expensive. The Japanese version is a little expensive. It's like 20 or 30 bucks for the cartridge. 100 complete. If you get it with, like, it came with a CD? Like, what? Now the thing about Cody, he's all about punching. Like, he can grab. He's okay at grabbing. He's all about punching. He does crazy combos. He's very fast. Hagar, slow. Punches slow. You're not gonna have that frame advantage like Cody does. Oh, so he can grab and punch too. I'll have to keep that in mind against Sodom. How's Tricks, JP? You play anything recently? I haven't. It's only very recently that I've started playing games again. Like, there was like a good... I don't know if it's because I've grown up. If it's because I have like a true 9-to-5 job where when I come home I don't necessarily feel like playing video games a whole lot. There was a period, I think like in January, I didn't play any games really, now that I think about it. But I brought it back. I started playing... I played Assassin's Creed Origins, did not like it that much. I have a review of it. I know it came out like 5 months ago, but I have a review of Assassin's Creed Origins coming up maybe next week. It's already finished. It's in the can. I just got to figure out when I want to release it. I did not enjoy it that much. I'm a big fan of Assassin's Creed. But Origins, boy, was Origins kind of a snooze fest. Alright, Wong, let's do it. Alright, Hollywood! Oh, look at that shit. So I think Cody does a bit more of a combo to his attack. Also, he's got that longer combo, so his chain goes longer, doing more damage, and he's faster. Sonic Adventures, you know, it's interesting, it's coincidental that you bring up the Dreamcast. Because I've just had this feeling that I want to play Dreamcast. And I think it's because I'm starting to have this weird nostalgic pang for, like, the late 90s, early 2000s in Japan. And I think the Dreamcast, definitely embodies that feeling. And so I do have Sonic Adventures, and I do want to play it. I'll get around to it eventually. But I am on a mission to collect every Dreamcast game. I've almost finished my Japanese N64 library. I've only got a few more games there. And I think my next completion goal, like my next immediate completion goal, and by immediate, I mean like 5 years. It's taken me 6 years to almost complete an N64 collection. But then you get to the Dreamcast, which has a similar amount of games. And that's my next goal, is to complete a Japanese Dreamcast collection, which actually isn't insane, because the Dreamcast, because it's not many titles, there's only a few expensive ones. I found a Dreamcast game that's like $300, but aside from that, some of the shooters are like $100, but mostly not super expensive. Not like the Super Famicom, not like even the regular Famicom. Yeah, Megtrons. Persona 4, I keep thinking about doing a translation run-through, a translation let's play of Persona 3 or Persona 4, just to see the differences, and because I actually don't think anybody's done that yet. Like, I'm sure there's people who've compared the localization, but I don't know if they've done live translation of Japanese Persona 4, and so it's definitely something that I want to get to. But if it's going to be anything like Persona 5, that is just so, oh my god, that is like, it just consumes my life. Like, it's going to be 3 months of just playing Persona 4, and I don't know if I have that in me yet. We'll see. It's something I want to do. I just don't know if I have the time. Like, if I was unemployed, I would absolutely do it. If I just, you know, had a lot of time to myself where I could just play Persona 4, oh yeah, I would absolutely do it, because I love doing it for 5. As annoying, as aggravating as it was sometimes, it was definitely a very worthwhile experience. And I think doing 4 would, like, the difference between my Japanese before I was playing Persona 5 and after I completed Persona 5 is completely different. I understand so much more now. And it probably also helped me get the job that I have now, so it would be nice to do 4. So I will do it someday. But yeah, man, so Sonic Adventures and Fallout 4. Fallout 4, I want to play the VR version of Fallout 4. I think I keep having this hunger to go back to Fallout 4, because I did beat it. I also want to do it on the PC, because I didn't own the PC. I didn't own a PC when it came out. I do now, a very powerful one, so I would love to see it in like 4K, HDR, all that shit. That would be incredible to me. Man, 2P! 2P punches! He punches, he doesn't hold back. And I think what would bring me back to Fallout 4 would probably be if you could play mods with it. in VR. Like I would love. I don't know if I'd play it with just normal mods, like on a normal screen. But if it came to VR with mods, absolutely, I would love to play Fallout 4. I would even play just probably normal VR anyways, but mods would be nice. Pizza does give you full health? But it's a whole pizza! Oh my god, see, it's so... I can't... For some reason, I have a problem dodging Andore's, like... He does this, like, run forward thing, where it's like, if you're in his path, you're toast. I haven't figured out how to counter that yet, except for doing jump kicks. But usually my reaction time is slow. I just can't do it. Oh, Hollywood. Hollywood, man. You know, how good Mectrons is PSVR, because when I was back in America, I saw all these bundles that were going for like 250 bucks. But for one, I didn't have the baggage space to bring back a PSVR, because in Japan, the weird thing about the PSVR is that in America, they're almost like giving it away. Like, right? Like they're selling it for like, what, 200 bucks? And that comes with the game? In Japan, just PSVR alone, first of all, you can't even find it. And when you can, it's like $600 for PSVR. Or I think it's like, maybe not 600, but at least like $400. And I'm not paying $400 for PSVR. So I have thought about buying the American version and bringing it back. Is it good? Like, is it worth 200 bucks? So I think if I was gonna play PSVR, I'd want to do Gran Turismo. I know you can do Skyrim. I would do Skyrim on PC. I don't know if I do Skyrim on PSVR. Oh, excuse me. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Last life, baby. Oh, from across the screen. No, Roxy! Oh, see, it's that insane timing. I don't know if the AI times it that way, or if it's just happenstance, but Andore seems to like have this insane timing when you get knocked down. Alright, catch you later, JP. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't buy PSVR for $400, but $200 seems good. Like, if I ever saw it in Japan for $200, I would probably pick it up. But that day is a long time coming. And I think I would also wait for maybe like, because one, I don't have a PS4 Pro. I just have a normal PS4. I don't really want to buy, I want a PS4 Pro, but I also don't want to spend $400 on a system that is just a fancy PC, because I already got one. I would like to play Nier Automata on a Pro, though. I haven't played Nier yet, but I think I'll just have to tough it out. I'll have to Final Fight tough it out and play on a normal PS4. But I would like the PS4 Pro with PSVR, playing Gran Turismo, Skyrim. I think a couple Japan exclusive games look pretty cool, although I can't remember their names. Resident Evil, I'm not playing Resident Evil in VR. Like, I'm just gonna die. Like, I will just literally die if I play that. And especially because if it's got wires, I want to wait for a PSVR that doesn't have wires. That'll be huge. And I bet you, if not the second iteration, the third iteration will have no wires. So no, I think the Vive version 2 is wireless, right? Am I insane? Don't buy Ghostbusters. How expensive is... First of all, is Ghostbusters in VR? Like, what Ghostbusters game is VR? I've not heard of that. I know, is Bridge Command? I would love to play that Star Trek game in VR. I thought that would be really cool. But I don't know if that's on PlayStation or if that's just a computer game. And I don't think PSVR doesn't have, like, VR chat, right? That's like a Vive or a Oculus thing. So I think there's a lot for PC VR. Like, I don't want to have, like, 5 VR systems. Like, that's not what I want to do with my life. I don't have the space. I don't have the time. I think I'd rather actually, like, I think I might do PSVR just to test it out. See if VR is for me. Since it's only $200. But more likely than not, I would probably just then go to PC VR. Because I have the equipment to do that. Not too. I don't know. You've got a more ironclad stomach than I do, Mechtrons, because, like, first of all, Resident Evil is already scary enough for me when it's in 2 dimensions. But no, I don't need it like real life. I don't need real life Resident Evil. Although I do want to play Resident Evil. Is it 8? Is that the one that came out? No, 8. It would be 7. I want to play 7, but no way. Not in VR. Interesting. So the knife, I noticed this before, but normally with the knife, I guess the programming is such that it can tell when you connect, and if you don't connect with the knife, you throw it, which is neato. Uh-oh. Okay, it's not going to be the first time, nor the last time, that Andre wipes my shit out. Oh right, Sodom. That's who we're facing up round 2, baby. The new one, crappy one, and they both suck. You know, wait, are you talking about the because when I think Ghostbusters games, I always forget that I think it was quite recently that they came out with like a tie-in game for the like newer Ghostbusters. Is it related to the new Ghostbusters that came out a couple years ago? This VR game, or is it like, you know, the old game with like Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, all them? Man, Poison, man, she's powerful. Like, if she lands in a hit, you are done. Especially with her kicks. Slash, man. Slash is... he's powerful, too. But Poison is, like, she's a really good, like, elite. Like, she's got health. She's got the moves. Okay, let's see if I can do this as easy as... Like, you would not believe how the tough time that I had when I was first facing Sodom playing this game. Whoa, we got out of the grip! Oh my god. Yeah, I think it's a lot easier to face Sodom when you're Hagar. Woo, boy! Oh, no! No! There we go. Oh my god, I remember when I was first playing Final Fight, I could just not beat this motherfucker. You know, I wonder if they had made an old, like, if they had gone with the older Ghostbusters. I mean, you couldn't, it'd be hard because, first of all, it's impossible to get a hold of Bill Murray. But then you have to deal with the fact that Harold Ramis is dead. I mean, maybe if you use, like, old, you've used, like, footage from the movie or, like, audio from the movie or whatever. Wait, where the, what? What did I blow up? There we go. It's like, which part of the guard did I not punch? And maybe you could get sound-alikes if you were going to do the old games. Like, I don't think Harold Ramis... Yeah, whoever,
Oh my god.
I don't think he does work anymore. I don't know if he was in the if he was in the newer game that came out like 10 years ago or not. Wait, did I say Harold? I can't remember what I said was dead. It's not Harold Ramis. Harold Ramis is still very much alive. What's his face? Egon. Egon died, unfortunately. I can't remember what his name is. It's so weird. I'll check it out, Mectrons, but I don't know. I think the newer Ghostbusters have been hated on so much that, like, what is even the point anymore? I think the thing with VR is that look, VR's only been out for like, good VR has only been out for what, 2-3 years now? You gotta give it some time. They're not gonna get it right just out of the gate. Like, look at the Famicom in 1983. It was okay. Oh, excuse me. It was okay. It wasn't that great, though. Oh, knife in the gut. Harold Ramis. Wait, no, but wait, who am I thinking of? No, wait, Harold. So wait, Harold Ramis is Egon. Who's the guy from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? I thought that was Harold Ramis. Who's he then? I can picture his face plain as day. I get, like, he's got the glasses, he's got the crazy hair. What is his name? I want to keep saying Martin, but it's not Martin. I can't. I don't fight. It demands too much fight tension. I can't Wikipedia this stuff. Oh, there we go. Oh, I beat you, Andre. You thought you could get me during my recovery frame? I don't think so. Yeah, well, I don't know if I can say much about spending $6 for 10 minutes of action because I buy such expensive video games that don't end up lasting that long. So, I mean, if it's a forgettable experience, then I completely understand you. Especially because I know, you know, money's probably a bigger deal for you because you know, you're younger. But when you're old like me, if it's a good 10 minutes, $6 is not unreasonable for a video game at least. But yeah, if you want like something good that you can, but I think I think you're describing a lot of VR experiences now, right? Like a lot of VR is very short, very short and very scripted, controlled sequences, not really like big, except, you know, Skyrim being the exception. There isn't like a good open world VR game yet, but I think that will be in the future. And that's actually, like, you know, I'm so tired of open worlds now, but if you could do a VR open world, that's where open world should be, is in VR. Come on, Braz. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No, not Dan Aykroyd. Megtrons. Okay, we're gonna figure out who he is eventually. Mother, I Shrunk the Kids. Who else? Wasn't he on, I think he was on SNL, maybe? Am I hallucinating that? Are we thinking of different people? I think we're thinking of different people, Megtrons. Oh no! Or was it Harold Ramis that was in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? Oh my god. Okay. Let's look this up. Okay, so Rick Moranis. Rick Moranis isn't dead. No, Rick Moranis is still very much alive. He's like 60. Jeez. Rick Moranis, he like doesn't do he like just retired from acting. He's like, I have so much money. I want to say maybe I think his wife died, and so he's like, you know, I need to put my family first. And so he just doesn't do stuff anymore. Which is insane, because he was like at the top of his game. And then he was just like, meh. I don't know if he showed up for the Ghostbusters game, though. He may have. He may. There we go. That's right. You thought you could get me, Andre? I don't think so. Yeah, Ramis is the one who died a couple years ago. So if you were gonna make a new old Ghostbusters video game, you'd have two of the primary actors who you would either have to get like, you would have to use lines from the film or lines from their other films. But then again, like, you know, with all the stuff that's been going on with like the Star Wars recreations in Rogue One, and like the putting Nicolas Cage in every movie now. Like who knows what technology can do. Plus you can just get sound mics. I'm sure that'd be fine. There's got to be someone out there who has a really good Harold Ramis impression. Did you ever play the original Ghostbusters game? Well, not original. Like there were plenty of Ghostbusters games that came out with the movie, but I mean the one it came out like 10 years ago for the 360, PC, and like PS3. I never played that, but I had a friend who played it, and it seemed like it was like it's the closest anybody's ever gonna get to a Ghostbusters 3. Was that any good? I've not been told, I think my friend said it was okay, and I think that's kind of the general consensus, is that it's like okay. It's more of you play it for the story, not for the gameplay itself. All right, here we go. So what my strategy for defeating the Andres is you stand underneath the third light second light from the right, third light from the right, from the left. And for some reason the AI just like cannot handle it. I don't know if it's like a deficiency in their programming or what. But then you just get the pipe and you wait for them to come to you because the pipe has such good range. Oh. Okay, but I don't need the pipe anymore. Well, at least that's the one that killed me. Man, the sword, like... I think it does the most damage of all the items. I think its problem is that it doesn't have as wide a sweep as even the pipe. And maybe that's just because it has short range. Like, obviously it's longer range. Whoa! The sword is longer range than the knife, obviously, but it's not as long ranged as the pipe. But it is stronger than the pipe, I believe. Okay, I think we can, I wonder if we can get to the boss of the 4th level. This is going to be the last run through, I think. Not this, well, when we get to the last credit. I've still got 1 credit left. So we'll see how far this gets me and then we'll end it. But that's, I think we still got another 20 minutes. I think it can't be that expensive now, right? Like, it's just a PS3 game. Like, are there any expensive PS3 games now? I know in Japan there's a couple shooters that are expensive. Like, I can't believe, like, for the Xbox 360, there are some, like, expensive shooters. Like, I know there's, like, a combo pack that runs, like, 150 bucks at Mandarake if you get it in A grade. But in America, like, are there expensive, like, last-gen games? I don't think so. Oh my god, see, 2 hits and you're fucking dead. Oh my god. Alright, Eddie. Fuck you, Eddie. We're going to the streets. Oh man, this is so much easier as Hagar. Eddie! He's got his buddies. That's my problem. Okay, come on. Come on. You just gotta believe! Believe! Oh, yes, believe that shit. Oh my god, that was close. I was getting, well, I mean, it's probably $200 on Amazon for, like, a sealed copy. Like, I would bet sealed copies are probably in demand because there's, like, insane Ghostbusters collectors. But yeah, you just buy it used. Whatever. It's just a disc. Doug. I just love Doug. And bread. Bread. Like, I think maybe they were trying to go for Brad, maybe? Where they're like, well, we don't want to call him Brad, because we don't want to, like, incite violence against Brads. And Doug. Bread. maybe, just maybe, we can get to the boss of round 4. That'd be a pretty big life achievement, if I'm being honest. Uh-oh, ho. Alright, Bill. Ah. It's like the whole family of... It's like a whole family of fat babies. Very tall, very fat babies. Whoa, there's even more. So Mech, in the background, there is a picture of Satoru Iwata, the past president of Nintendo / internet god. And I have it up here because I remember seeing in a there was like some post on NeoGAF that eventually became an internet meme of some guy in his basement like set up an N64, or like no, it wasn't an N64, it was a GameCube. He set up a GameCube in like an unfinished part of a basement as like, you know, like a video game as this like video game hovel. And so he has like a jug of water, like a literal like, you know, well like a 2-gallon of milk jug full of water with like a little like mat and a pillow, a CRT, a GameCube, and then on the wall is just this picture of Satoru Iwata. And just to me, I thought that was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. So I always keep this picture around my video game battle station. Oh, come on. Didn't even, like, I jumped. I hit the button, man. Oh, wait, that's it? I don't get one more credit? Well, it's all B's, because I got 2nd place. But with that explanation of who this big guy is over here, I'm going to call it quits. This has been Final Fight. I had a lot of fun playing. I had a lot of fun talking to you. Shout out to Megtrons and JP Styles for their comments in the chat. But for now, I'm actually gonna go to Hard Off, take a little video. I'm gonna go check out some movies. But that's it for now. But I'll be back next time with Final Fight 2. Someday, sometime. You'll know where to find me. I've been jcontra, and I've been playing Final Fight for the Super Famicom. Thanks for watching, and mahalo.